a team who turned it over 8 times today. 8! Against the Cleveland Browns? The Cleveland Browns win today. They win 20-14 in Cleveland against Charlie Batch and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some of you are saying, why in the world was Charlie Batch in this football game today? Very simple. Because Byron Leftwich injured in last week's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday Night Football. It's unbelievable. Okay, look, I like Charlie Batch as a person a lot, and I think he's a good guy. I mean, he seems like a nice guy in the press conferences, and it seems like everyone likes him in the city, and look, I like him too. He seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems like a pretty nice friend. But, come on. Look, I know he's older, I know he's up in age, he should retire. But I'm surprised that a veteran like this, I mean, I know I'm not expecting Charlie Batch to throw 3 touchdowns at 350 yards against, I know his limitations, okay? But make smarter decisions, okay? And this isn't just about Batch. It's about Chris Rainey. It's about Jonathan Dwyer. It's about Emmanuel Sanders. It's about Isaac Redman. It's about not Rush Limbaugh, but Rashard Mendenhall. Those guys all fumbled the football today, once. All of those guys. Okay? 8 times? And you're going to let a Cleveland... Look, the Browns in the passing game, it wasn't that special either. Brandon Weeden didn't look like Tom Brady today. He just threw 158 yards for a TD and a pick. That's not really anything special either. But the one thing that Cleveland had going for them that was stunning, and I know Pittsburgh's defense has gotten older. Okay? I recognize that. But you can't stop a below-average Cleveland Browns team. The Browns had the football today for 33 minutes. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, 26 minutes for possession. That's horrendous. You're facing... excuse me. You're facing a sub-500 team, and you give up. You're letting them have... the game, you're letting them control the tempo of the game. That's the biggest thing in team sports. Don't let the other team control the tempo. The Browns did exactly that today. By the way, Cleveland, I'm proud of you, to be honest. Look, I know you had no business in this football game, but congratulations. You guys beat an AFC North foe. Okay, I'm pretty happy for you, Cleveland. But Pittsburgh, they're going to put themselves out of the wild card because I don't think Pittsburgh's winning that I don't think Pittsburgh's winning that division. Okay? Baltimore has done a supreme job of closing out football games. So, no, I'm not going to go out there and say Pittsburgh's winning the division. The wild card, though, Big Ben, I heard a report that he might be back against Baltimore next week. Now, if Charlie Batch is in against Baltimore, oh boy, if he plays like this against Baltimore, I think it may be 49-0. There's no way, if you turn it over 8 times against Baltimore next week, or even close to that, if you even turn it over 3 times against Baltimore, I don't think you're winning. Okay? So, Pittsburgh's really, I said before this year that Pittsburgh wouldn't make the playoffs. because I thought they were a broken down, worn down football team, and I thought Ben Roethlisberger was going to break down due to the amount of hits and his age in his career. Boy, maybe, you know what? Surprisingly, I was right, kind of. Well, I mean, I know the season isn't over, but so far I'm right. It all comes down to Mike Tomlin here. Can he keep his troops together? He's proven that. I don't know, though. His defense has really gotten old. Really, I think Baltimore will have a lot of success next week. Okay, we just got a tweet. At Noser83, the guy that we were talking about earlier, he said, "I'm sorry, but turning the ball over 8 times, Notre Dame would have won that game." I have to agree with you on that one. I mean, even I'll go out there and say USC can win that football game. Okay, Morehead State can win that football. No, I'm kind of being a little bit dramatic over there, but saying Morehead State. But I mean, you look. I have to say this. Okay, Cleveland and first of all, Pittsburgh. If you look at that AFC North, okay, Bengals got an easy victory. All right, I mean they're still in the hunt, but I don't know. They've really got to win out, in my opinion. You look at, well, I don't know. It depends, because if Pittsburgh loses one more, Bengals win one more, then they go into the wild card playoff picture. With Pittsburgh, I don't know how they're going to keep this together. Next week, though, is critical, because your season's kind of on the line. Okay, we talked about how San Diego's season's on the line. I think San Diego's season's may be over right now. I mean, at 4-7, yikes. But for Pittsburgh, it's getting there. Next week is desperate time. And desperate times call for desperate measures. Are you going to put Big Ben in there? I think so. Even if he's not completely healthy, I think a 75% Ben Roethlisberger is better than 100% Charlie Batch at this point. So, wow. I mean, my goodness, some of these teams, it's going to get very interesting week 16, week 15. It's desperate time now. We've gotten to that point in the season. Week 12 right now, that's what's going on. Currently right now. Let's go take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to get your phone calls in at 949-456-2911, or your comments or your tweets. Keep tweeting, keep commenting. I want to hear your thoughts on the program. 949-456-2911 is the number to dial. Or you can comment on the green bubble. You can click that green bubble and just type away about the NFL. Or tweet me at SM_Cameron. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Cameron Sadeghi Show. 25 after the hour on the Cameron Sadeghi Show. Let's move on to, well, first of all, let me give you the number one more. I know it sounds like a broken record, but I'm one of those shows where I really want your opinion. I'm not kidding here. I know you hear so many radio hosts say, "Oh, it's your show, not mine. Take the thing." Well, I'm kind of doing that. But don't hijack my show, okay? But you can call in 949-456-2911. Or just keep it clean, okay? This is not HBO. We had that incident earlier on during the season. I forgot which week it was during the show, but it was just absolutely horrendous. And this guy comes on the program and just drops something that, I mean, even on HBO, it's even on HBO, people are still wondering if that word could even be on the air. So don't make it clean. Come on, you know, as an audience, what's clean and what's not. Okay. So, the game I want to move on to, I want to move on to Denver and Kansas City real quickly. Denver really stunned how awful Peyton Manning played today in the beginning. And I know some of you are saying, well, stop being too critical of Peyton Manning. But, I mean, look, he came back and won, and I get it. It was good, okay? Broncos won. Great for you, Broncos fans. But you can't go out there and say you're going to win a Super Bowl if you play like this consistently. You're not going to beat teams in the playoffs with no first half whatsoever. You have to play complete football in the playoffs. I mean, there's literally no margin for error in the playoffs. Let's just keep it frank. Okay? You can't. You just absolutely. I mean, you can't go into a playoff game and perform the way that Broncos did in the first half. Okay? That was awful. And then what was even more stunning is that Kansas City had so many opportunities to score, but they couldn't. That really summed up what Kansas City's season's been like. Again and again and again. So many chances, but can't capitalize. Stunning. I mean, I know they're not a good football team. I know they have Brady Quinn in there. But as a professional football player, you're given opportunities. And look, time of possession, 31 minutes. Time of possession for Kansas City, 28. Such a big factor. Such a big factor. You're in the red zone twice. You can't get a touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're in the red zone 2 times, you can't get a touchdown. Okay? Rushing the football was pretty good. I mean, 107 yards for Charles. Rushing for Denver, not so great. Passing for Kansas City, not so great. Okay? Peyton Manning threw an interception. Well, I mean, look, Peyton Manning, he's kind of struggling through that, and then the second half he just turned it on. Right? Denver, I don't think, people are saying they're Super Bowl contenders. I don't think so. You're not a Super Bowl contender if you can't play for 48 minutes consistently. You just can't. I don't care if you have Peyton Manning at quarterback. I don't care if you have Tom Brady at quarterback. I don't care if you have Joe Flacco. You can't play complete football. You're not going to win in the playoffs. Those are going to be stingy defenses in the playoffs. They will not. I mean, there's going to be some great offenses in the playoffs. They will not let you come back by huge margins. They simply won't. Okay? And we just got a great question here. At this point in the season, in your opinion, this is going to segue into our next topic, because I want to talk Colts, Bills. At this point in the season, in your opinion, by the way, this is at Nilser83. At this point in the season, in your opinion, who feels better about their offseason decision? The Broncos or the Colts? I think the Broncos will, but the Colts, I think it's equal, to be quite honest. Because, first of all, as much as I like Tebow as a person, I mean, it's quite obvious that Manning's better, alright? That was certainly an upgrade that they had to get. Colts, you look at their situation, they weren't going to get that much out of Manning, okay? They had to move into the future, and luck